Hi everyone, my name is Austin Genicky. I'm an ASC certified technician. Today I'm going to be showing you how to change your spark plugs on your 2022 Nissan Altima. This Altima here has an inline 4-cylinder, so this process will apply to any Nissan Altima models with a 4-cylinder. This one has exposed coils with no intake manifold over it. Today I'm going to be showing you how to remove the ignition coil and replace the spark plug safely, so that way you're able to go ahead and do that on your own. So to start, you're going to want a 10mm socket on a 1/4-inch drive ratchet. This is to get the negative terminal off of your battery and to take off that bolt that's holding onto the ignition coil there. Next, after we get the ignition coil out, you're going to want to grab a 3/8 ratchet with a decent extension and a 14mm spark plug socket. And that's so we can reach down and actually grab the socket and get that unscrewed. Finally, after that's been unscrewed and you get the spark plug out, when the new one goes in, you're going to want to torque it. So you need a 3/8-inch torque wrench. That way you can torque it to spec, and that way they won't loosen up on you, and you won't strip the threads. All right, so before we do any work, we want to make sure that the vehicle is safe to work on. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the negative terminal on the battery and put that in a spot where it's not going to accidentally come in contact with that negative terminal again. Before you do that, you're going to want to set the emergency parking brake so that way the vehicle doesn't roll on you when you're working on it. And now we can get going. First things first, we're going to want to go ahead and disconnect the connector to that ignition cable. And then you're going to grab your 10mm wrench, get that on the screw there, take that screw off. Once it's loose, you can take it out by hand. And then that spark plug, with a little bit of effort, is going to pop right up. We're going to put that off to the side. Now that we've done that, we can grab our 3/8 ratchet, stick that down into the ignition coil tube. You're going to want to get that loose. And you can take the rest out by hand. A couple turns until you feel it come up. And then you're going to want to grab a nice long magnet, stick that down until you feel it make contact with the head of that spark plug. Pull it up. Oh, looks like I didn't unscrew it all the way. It's all right. Go back in. Make sure we get those last few threads. There we go. All right. And then with the magnet, hear it click. And you pull out the old spark plug. And then usually when these go bad, you're going to see a lot of carbon buildup, maybe some more of this that white corrosion buildup, but this one's fairly new. Then you're going to grab your new spark plug, take it out of the box. They all come with a protective covering, and you'll be able to see the difference between an old one and a new one. There's way less carbon. All right, and then you're going to take this very gently as to not scratch the iridium coating. Drop it down into the spark plug hole. And then you're going to take your socket again, reach it in, and very carefully get that around the bolt and start screwing it in. And once you feel that snug up, you'll want to change over to your torque wrench. Set it to whatever spec is set for your vehicle. Get that on and torque it down until you feel a click. Right about there. Grab your ignition coil, Put that back down in the tube, make sure it aligns with the bolt hole in the back. Get that screw, thread it in. Now these don't have a particular torque spec, but you just want to make sure that that gets nice and snug. Go ahead and clip that connector back on and repeat that same process for the next 3 spark plugs and you're good to go. Thank you guys for watching. This has been how to change your spark plugs on your 2022 Nissan Altima. Be sure to keep up with our page as we'll have monthly uploads. This should be a relatively easy job for you to do at home. I know some engines, like the 6 cylinders that we have, is a bit more involved with the intake manifold, but a job like this is something you should be able to get done in your driveway with no problems.